A Kennedy just broke the silence, not behind closed doors, but in front of the nation. And what he said shook Washington to its core. This is not just political dissent. It's a war cry. American politics hasn't been this sharp, this conflicted, and this deeply personal in decades. But Robert F. Kennedy Jr. just changed the landscape with a speech that ignited like wildfire. At the heart of the nation's capital, face to face with President Joe Biden, Kennedy delivered a defiant message from within the very party that bears his family's legacy. I won't be a soldier in your wars, Joe. Not your wars of rhetoric, not your deceitful foreign policies, and not your efforts to discipline the American people with fear. That sentence echoed instantly throughout Washington. CNN cut to breaking news. MSNBC panicked. Fox News launched a special segment. Social media erupted within seconds. RFK Jr. just went nuclear. Is a new party being born? Silent coup within the Democrats? But this wasn't just a media firestorm. This was a legacy, the Kennedy name, directly challenging the very core of the American system. Kennedy's outburst wasn't a spontaneous explosion. It was the result of months, perhaps years, of growing resentment, betrayal, and frustration. In the fall of 2024, RFK Jr. had lost the presidential race as an independent candidate. But the real shock came after the election. Biden's administration began sidelining prominent liberals within his party, signing highly classified restructuring agreements with the Pentagon and private corporations behind closed doors. Kennedy had seen some of those documents. One in particular stood out: Autonomous Warfare Modernization Protocol, a plan to test AI-powered weapons in select Middle Eastern nations entirely without congressional approval. Another file was even more troubling: Enhanced Foreign Policy Information Program, a government-backed media manipulation operation. That's when RFK Jr. made his decision. He would no longer play the inside game. He would oppose it. It all came to a head on July 25th, 2025, at Georgetown University's New American Future Forum. Kennedy took the stage with a calm but deliberate tone. The first 5 minutes were classic. References to the Democratic Party's past, a few anecdotes about his uncle John F. Kennedy. But there was a spark in his eyes. Something darker, a storm brewing. Then it dropped. I, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., say this to the American people: I will not remain silent while you are dragged into another war. I will not go to war in your name, Joe. The room froze. Kennedy continued by targeting Biden's inner circle of unelected advisors. You don't know their names, he said, but they're planning your future. He listed names: Deputy National Security Advisor Eli Foreman, Pentagon Data Policy Head Lisa Marvin, White House tech consultant Dr. Gabriel Nunes. The moment the speech aired on YouTube, it went viral. Over 2 million views in the first 10 minutes. MSNBC cut their broadcast. CNN lowered the volume. The White House? Total silence. For hours. But silence spoke louder than words. Kennedy's speech didn't just challenge Biden, it triggered a seismic shift within the Democratic Party itself. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries responded sharply: Mr. Kennedy may carry a famous last name, but his words endanger national security. Yet surprisingly, support came from unexpected corners. Bernie Sanders called the speech troubling but brave. Tulsi Gabbard openly stated, Robert's right, this party has lost its conscience. Social media split in two. G is Stand with RFK versus Traitor Kennedy began trending worldwide. The next day, Kennedy's office released a chilling follow-up statement. This wasn't just a speech, it was an awakening. Something new is beginning. And with that, rumors spread like wildfire. Is RFK Jr. forming a new party? Kennedy Ye 2028? A coalition against the deep state? His popularity among younger voters surged. Reddit forums exploded under the title Kennedy 2.0. TikTok was flooded with clips of his speech. Gen Z dubbed him the political samurai. Still, Biden hasn't publicly responded to the challenge. But behind the scenes in Washington, the temperature is rising. One anonymous Biden advisor told reporters, Kennedy's made his choice, but that road is thorny and lonely. The Secret Service reported a spike in threats against Kennedy. The FBI raised its internal alert level. RFK Jr.'s declaration wasn't just a political speech. It was the rebirth of one of America's most powerful names, standing once again against the system it once built. He's not just playing the opposition. He's holding up a mirror, and in that mirror, America sees Biden's policies, his wars, and the deafening silence of the media. Now the question remains, will Kennedy stand alone, or is there a growing movement behind him? One thing is certain, RFK Jr. is no longer just a voice on the margins. He is now the voice of the system's reckoning, and that voice will not be silenced. What started as a speech has become a movement. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. didn't just speak out, he drew a line in the sand. But where does that line lead? Revolution or isolation? Stay tuned, subscribe, and remember. In the age of silence, truth whispers loudest. This was World Daily News. Thanks for watching.